All right, let's jump into Great Is Thy Faithfulness. I'll say this before each of these hymn arrangements. I'll probably never play these the same way twice. And you shouldn't have to feel like you have to either. There's just these are tabbed out very specifically, and we're gonna learn it to the tabs and to the jam along video. But don't always have to get hung up on some of just the little things that we're doing to kind of accompany the melody line. And if you want to change some of that or make it easier on your fingers, feel free to do that, okay? These are just kind of the way that these come to my head when I'm thinking about doing these for a funeral or a wedding or whatnot. So let's jump in. We're going to start with a G chord here, 3rd fret of low E string, and then open D, G, and B. And try to pluck those all at the same time. And then we're going to have open B string. We got a little C7 chord here with the 3rd fret of A. And then 2 on the 2nd fret of G. And then we're going to do this little walk up. Start with this D7 shape. We're going to walk it up. And then go to a G sus, open D string, open B. So. Next we have a C. It's really a C chord, but just get your 3rd finger on the A string, and then we're just going to worry about the high E string and the open G string. Hammer on the 2. Sorry. And then here, 2 of A, 3 of the B string, and we're going to walk it down again. Okay, and then A power chord. Same kind of thing for the picking here. We're going to pick the low and the high together, and then hit the middle. Now slide these both up to 5 and 6. And then D shape with a little trill on the high E string here. All right, now we're going to walk that back up again. And then we're going to want this kind of a G because we're going to have to walk down with this finger next. So just pick through the B and the G string. Walk it up. And then that C7 again to the 2nd fret of G. And now we're going to have kind of an A7 over C sharp. We got 3rd fret of the A string, open G string, 5th fret. And then we're going to need this pointer finger to go to the 2nd fret of the high E. This can be a little bit of a stretch, but it's doable. Hammer that on there. And then we've got a D over G, or a G over D, excuse me, which is 3, 3, open, open. We're going to kind of pick through that. And then the 3rd fret of B. And now open D and B string, and we're going to do a trill on the 1st fret. And then walk down 2nd fret, open, a quick slide from 2 to 4 on D, and then open G. So that one more time is. All right, now we're into the chorus, and we're going to start on a chord, D chord, and then C over G again, and walk it down. Then it's really an E7, but we're only going to worry about this open low E string and the 2nd fret of the A string, and what we're playing on the top is the open E string. Now open B string, and now make an A minor chord. And get your pinky to make it a sus to start on the 3rd fret of B. Then walk that down. Then we have the D shape again. Hammer on. And then to the G. And we're on this time actually we want to have this kind of shape G because we need this note coming up. Open E. And now you're going to want to get your fingers on this kind of an A7 with your pinky on the 2nd fret of the high E string. And we're just going to be going like that, and then D. Trill, walk it down, and then walk the D back up. Hammer on, and then this kind of shape G chord now. Walk it down. We've already done this once before in the song. We've already done that. We've already done this too. The A7 over C sharp. And now the G over D. And we've done this. This is the little trill that we're going to do. And then pick through the G chord. And then this is called a tag. We're going to do that last line 2 more times. This time's a little different. We're going to end it differently. A little slow down here. And now we're going to go up to this shape. All right, so that's open D string, 7 of the high E string, 5 of B, and 7 of G. And we're going to end it with this little melodic riff. It looks like this. And then to end, it's going to be similar to what we were doing before, but D and B strings get played together, then G, now 2nd fret and 1st fret, and then go 4 on D, open G, and then pick through a G chord 1 more time. And that's all there is to it. So now you've got the tabs, you've got the scrolling tabs if you want. We've got the jam along video and the walkthrough. You know, you can loop different sections with the jam along. You can slow things down. So hopefully you've got all the tools you need to get this one under your fingers, maybe even memorize it and get it sounding good.